So all the while whilst we're playing this, we're sort of keeping an eye out for other people to kill. I think at this precise moment, we've got enough allies, or we've got enough AIs that dislike us. Oh, one shot and it killed it. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. There we go. Encampment cleared for Milan. Now, friends of us, 6 culture per turn. That's not bad at all. And Mombasa gives us extra food in the capital. Pretty useless at the moment, whilst we are so low in happiness, but we won't be upset with that. Milan, there we go. So Monaco and Milan are sort of feeling fairly positive towards us at the moment, which is good. Okay, Congo. So this again was our wonder place, if you remember. Getting us now 6 production per turn. We've finished the market here, so what's the next best thing to do? The courthouse. Actually, how much happiness are we getting from occupied cities? 5 from number of occupied cities. We're getting 2 unhappiness extra for having the occupied city, and we're getting about, so it's costing us about 3 unhappiness to not have a courthouse here. Colosseum will only give us 2, but it only costs 1 maintenance. Let's just go through that for now. Once we start to expand our cities out a little bit, we might need to think about buying a courthouse, but until then, let's not bother. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to see China's capital in a little bit. Right, 35 BC. Oh, we're getting close to 0. Beijing, here we go. Okay, size 10 as well. So fairly big cities from China, although only 6 tiles away from each other and 6 tiles. Okay, so that's fairly good, to be honest. Okay, right, let's retreat these troops. We don't want to give China any false indications that we're about to attack them. Okay, now the trade route with one of the city-states is finished now, so let's just look. Mombasa again wants a trade route, so let's give Mombasa a trade route. It's right next to us. It's not going to go very far. It can't be taken by barbarians. Gives us 5 gold. Brilliant. Win-win, really. Okay, the triremes made its way round, but it's going to just keep exploring. Although I have a feeling it's going to get cut off by ice, so this I'm a little bit cut off here. Actually, it's not going to be able to investigate too far. There we go. Mombasa is our friend, and because of that, it's given us spices, which has given us positive happiness. So there we go. Our gold problem is sorted, and our happiness problem is sorted. That wasn't too bad, was it? We'll have to stay friends with Mombasa, and I have a feeling he's gonna we're gonna wear down pretty thin. Again, minus 1.5 influence with them per turn. That's savage. I have a feeling that's because we took a city-state. They're not going to be easy to befriend in this particular match, but that's fine. Again, we're going to keep building the Colosseums. We need to sort of build every building in every city that increases local happiness. Just so we can build the Circus Maximus. That's going to be our next big object. Let's just take a look as well, see if there are any more camps that we can get. A bit more 3. Oh, that one's right over in the distance. That's going to be far too far to get. Okay, we won't bother with that one. Let's get our troops back into our own cities. We'll get this composite to go over here. It just gives us happiness. It gives us culture. We can't turn down 3 things like that, can we? Okay, and you can go over that. Great General, you can stay near our most outposty of cities. And you, Great General, you can just wait there. It's always good to have multiple Great Generals because you can always burn one. If I ever went into a fight with Beijing and I had a city quite near the border, I could steal some of their territory, make a good platform to defend using my 15% territory bonus. It's always good to have nice amounts of Great Generals, really. So we're keeping an eye out for religions to see if anyone else is going to produce one. I'm still really surprised there's only been 1 religion. I would have expected by 10 AD. Hey, we're into AD now. Happy Jesus Day, everyone. I would have expected a load of religions to be made by now. Sometimes, especially on low player maps like this one, where we've only got 4 opposition now, it can be a case where people just don't bother, really. Ethiopia seems to be making friends with all of the city-states, which I might have to keep an eye on. Maybe later into the game. It's not going to be such a problem for us now. Actually, you can see that brief moment we went positive in happiness. All of our cities just grew so quickly that we've now gone into negative in happiness again, which is good. It means our cities are sort of well built. They've got potential. If they get big, they can begin to grow again. Now, I have a feeling there's going to be a natural road that's going to be built by our workers here to Adgidka, and that road will probably be continued down to Copenhagen, which should give us a little bit of extra money as well, which is great. So we're just powering through the towns at the moment. The composites arrived. Well done. You can wait there. One thing I'm going to have to remember is because I'm getting so much happiness just from having units in the cities, we need to just keep an eye on that, because if we ever take our units out to go and fight somebody, we're going to have a problem later down the line. I swear the faith keeps jumping around. Did you just see that? It was +4, and I swear a few turns ago it had gone to +2. I wonder what's happening there. I'm pretty sure I'm not friends with any faith city-states, and even if I was, they tend to give it in big chunks of faith rather than just +1, but that is unusual. I'll have to keep an eye on that, see if I can spot it again. Okay, city-state wants gold gifts, but we don't really have much in the way of gold to give at this precise moment. Oh, you know what? I tell you what it is. It's probably just working and not working the our pantheon tiles, isn't it? We've got the wine pantheon, which will... Oh, of course, yeah, so it's giving us culture and faith for working those tiles. That's why it's bumping up and down. Oh, it was really dense, my apologies. Okay, only population 2, which means actually the Colosseum might work. We've got 0 gold. Actually, we've only got 1 trade route. That's probably been like that for ages. Let's build a Colosseum for now, quickly. Once this Colosseum in Mosankani has been built, I'm going to build myself a second caravan. Later in the game, once we will start to annoy enough people, we might either start to send food or production between our cities. Production normally is pretty good for wide empires. You can get all of my 7 extra cities all sending a caravan of production towards Mosankani, and actually even a wide empire, you can have a capital that can really kick things out later in the game. So a bit of a wonder farm, which might work for us very nicely. Okay, so as I say, we're going to build a caravan. There we go. I think it's worth building a caravan. Actually, sometimes it's worth. If we click on here a second, click onto the trade routes, we can go to trade routes available, and we can click to sort it by the amount of gold. So actually, the best thing we can do is build a sea route from Copenhagen, get ourselves 9 gold as opposed to 5. So actually, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all, actually. Copenhagen is puppeted still. It's not going to do anything that we want it to do, but it's keeping the unhappiness down, which is fine. And actually, having a puppeted city can do wonders for your empire, because it's not contributing. I think I mentioned this previously. It's not contributing the extra 5% technology costs for every city. It's not pumping up our social policy costs by 10%, but it is giving us benefits. So actually, war can be really good for getting stuff like that. So I'm going to have to use another seafaring place to build it. So I think Congo is probably going to be the next available one. So why don't we, Mosankani, this is still on production focus. Let's build the mausoleum. I think that's going to be the best thing to do. I very much doubt I'm going to get it, but again, we can live with the extra gold for now. Or maybe I should build a shrine. Oh, what's it worth? A vague shot at going for a wonder that's been around for a while, or going for a shrine, which will cost us gold, but again will press us towards religion. I think because we've only got 100 faith to go, I might just go for religion, actually. I think let's switch to that. It's only 5 turns. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, this composite's landed. Fantastic. You can see actually our culture shot up to 47 now. We're getting a bit of culture. Let's just compare it against other people. So you can see China here has got the most culture out of everyone. And Spain has the least. So let's look at Spain. And you can see we've actually got the most culture in the game. So if there are any tourism winds that are going to be going for it, we're going to have a fairly good natural resistance against them. We finished the markets. Again, we're just focusing markets and colosseums. Markets and colosseums, money and happiness. It's going to do us very well. With wide empires, you always want to be treading around the happiness limit. Okie dokie. Barbarian encampment discovered. Oh, it's one near us as well. With any luck, city-state might want it. Might want that to be built. So we'll keep an eye on that one. No longer friends with Milan. Oh, we've lost for 6 culture per turn. That is a shame, actually. That was quite nice. And again, we've gone into negative gold, but that's probably because we're building a few things. Again, we always want to be pushing up and around that sort of level. So here, do you remember Congo? We were going to build a cargo ship, 15 turns, but for 10 gold a turn, that'll be a really nice bonus for us there, actually. Okay. Now, one of the things that we want is we've now unlocked guilds, and these have trading posts. Trading posts can be really handy for putting on jungle tiles, for instance, or other tiles. They produce a bit of gold, and with the right social policies, you can get them producing science as well. So they can actually be really, really handy. And especially on a wide empire. I think we've got most of our places on production focus, but I'm gonna switch them all to gold focus. Oh, look at that jump! That's a nice jump for us. I'm gonna switch them on to gold focus again. Oh, do I want to keep it on production just for now? It's a big difference, isn't it? It's a very big difference. Do I think I'm going to get that wonder? 19 turns. Yeah, let's keep Timok on. Let's go for the wonder. Let's do it. So we're gonna move everywhere else to gold focus. Start to produce some gold. We can actually start to. It serves two purposes. It means that we can start to befriend city-states. We can instantly purchase things in our smaller places, which is great. But it also naturally slows down the growth of our cities, which means we shouldn't be hitting the unhappiness too quickly. We're not after rapid growth in any one of our cities, because at the end of the day, we're going to have all of our cities growing at a fairly slow rate, but it'll still lead to more growth than most tall empires can manage. Okay, what do we want to be pressing for? Universities really do give a spike in tech, and we can't fall too far behind in tech. That would lead to a big late game disaster if we were, throwing pikemen at people and they were retaliating with Gatling guns. So actually, maybe the National College and temples. Actually, if I want to start making some faith, yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for some philosophy. That wouldn't be too bad. And then we can press towards university. Once we've got some universities, we can start to sort of build up our production a bit. Or do we go for production before? Oh, that's a decision for a bit later. We don't have to worry about that just now. So we built a monument in Pahukwi. Again, Colosseum's Markets. This place is pretty useless for building stuff. I imagine that's probably because I'm focusing on gold tiles, but oh well. It does serve us good in the long run. So markets, again, we're just going to keep building those. Actually, let's just have a quick look. What does it cost these days to outright buy one of these things? 680 gold. So actually, I'm going to start producing gold pretty quickly. That's going to become a viable option for us very soon. Now, Mason Carney. I can make Mashi Pishi head. 25% gold from city connections is a wonderful wonder for us. So what I might do is I'll flick that back to production. I'll lose a bit of gold, but we're really going to press for Mashi Pishi. This is going to be a really, really good wonder for us. With Wide Empire, we're going to have a lot of city. Oh no, religion founded. Ooh, Beijing, what are you doing? It was always going to be a problem for us if someone did build another religion. Let's just quickly see what he sees in terms of temples plus 2 happiness. And plus 1 faith. That's not great.